Day 4, and it's my birthday. I woke up with one goal, and that's to enjoy every single moment. So my first stop was to Dutch Bros. If you know, you know. Then I headed to get my nails done because there's something about taking care of the little things that feels sacred when you're doing it just for you. I had plans for dinner at Morimoto's, but on my way there, the sky opened up and it started pouring down raining. So I decided to pull over because I was in no rush, and in that moment in the car, it felt like a blessing. Like the universe was saying, pause, soak this in, you made it. And I did. So today is day 4. Today is my birthday. I'm celebrating. Right now, the current situation is I'm sitting in the car because it is pouring down, raining outside. And what I realized is I'm spoiled because when we travel, I'm most of the time with my husband, and my husband is the one driving, and I'm the one sitting in the passenger side. So, kind of missing that right now, because I do not like to drive in the pouring rain, especially when it's so hard. You can hear it, like it's coming down so hard that I can't always see. So I just pulled over to the side for a little while until it calms down. Hopefully it'll calm down soon and I can go to dinner. I wanted to do Morimoto's, which is an Asian inspired restaurant, which is in Disney Springs. So I'm on my way there. I just finished getting my nails done, which I love. I wish the nail tech that I had was back home in Virginia because he did a good job. But I wanted to do a video this morning, and every time I kept hitting record, my phone would ring. You know, my family calling to wish me a happy birthday, which I really appreciate and love. You know, but this is my first birthday without my family. Without my mom, without my husband, without my kids. And I try to make birthdays very special for everyone. You know, when the kids were little, I didn't always have the funds to do parties or big events or whatever, but I always let them choose like a restaurant they want to go to. What kind of cake do you want? And then of course we'll get them, you know, a nice gift or whatever. So we've done that over the years, and of course we've done that for myself and my husband. And this year, to be by myself and celebrating alone, it's a little different. I do miss them, especially my husband, but I'm enjoying this time for self. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I was not going to get a rental. I was just gonna Uber for the week or whatever. But when I was gonna go out earlier this morning, I saw the prices of the Uber, and I was like, if these prices gonna be every day to and from, I might as well just save my money and put it towards a rental. So my husband had called me earlier, and he was gracious enough to pay for my rental, which I appreciate. But yeah, I wish it wasn't raining. I wish the sun was still shining, so I can really enjoy Disney Springs for a couple of hours with a little bit of sunshine and not clouds. But it's okay. I'm still gonna enjoy my evening. I'm still gonna enjoy my dinner. And then my daughter hopefully will be here tonight. Her flight comes in. She did get an alert about a delay. So I'm not sure if maybe that's due to, you know, the weather that's going on or whatever. But I do hope she comes in tonight so we can go tomorrow to Epic Universe. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm gonna be a big kid going around the park trying to get on every ride and see everything, and stay there all day, because it seems like when my family comes down here to go to the park, we only do a couple of things, stay for a couple of hours, and then everybody's ready to go home. So, and Kayla, she, that's my girl. She loves to go to parks and travel or whatever. So, I know me and her gonna be in the same wavelength and, want to stay all day until the park closes. So I can count on her being that with me. But this rain seems like it's settling down. So I'm going to try to get back on this road and head over to Disney Springs. And I might even do a little check-in video later on. After the rain lifted, I finally made it to Morimoto's for dinner, which was at Disney Springs. Now, the food was incredible, but I did want to walk around a little bit more. Florida had other plans for me because the rain came back. So I just called it a night, and honestly, that was enough for me. The next morning, I picked my daughter up from the airport. We had breakfast, and then we spent the day at Epic Universe. Friday came, and my best friend and her daughter joined us. And Saturday night, we had dinner at this amazing Indian restaurant. But Sunday came fast, and it was time to get on our flights and head home. I'm back home now from my vacation. What was supposed to be a trip with my husband ended up being a solo trip slash daughter and best friend trip, which was amazing. I had scheduled this trip a couple of months ago, and like I said, initially me and my husband was supposed to go together, and then my kids was gonna come later on in the week. But as time went by, my husband got called to work, so he wasn't able to come. And then my other kids decided they didn't want to come. So I spent Sunday to Wednesday by myself. And then Thursday, my daughter flew down. And Friday, my best friend drove down to Florida from Savannah with her daughter. So that time I spent by myself was amazing and worth it, and 10 out of 10 highly recommended. And I think sometimes we're afraid maybe to step out and have that alone time, or to even say to our significant other or ourselves that I need time away from everybody, from everyone, from everything. And I wish myself as a mom, as a wife, I would have done this earlier than the age of 45. And like I said, this was an accidental solo trip, right? But I think it's really needed so we can just get in tune with ourselves, so we can just de-stress, just not having to hear somebody call your name or ask you for something, or expect anything from you. You could just go at your own pace, relax, and do what you want to do without somebody else tagging along, asking questions, or just being in your presence, right? So I wanted to share a couple of things about what this trip taught me. Number one, you don't have to wait for a crisis to take a break. If you need the time and you need that space, take that break. Let your significant other know, hey, I need this space to clear my mind. Solitude does not mean loneliness. It means coming back home to yourself. You are worth celebrating even if no one plans it for you. When you are pouring into others and not pouring into yourself, I think you lose track. you lose track of who you are outside of those roles. You know, this birthday trip, it gave me something that I didn't realize I needed. And that's a reminder that I can choose me, that I can choose myself. So, as you saw from the videos before this, I was at peace. I was enjoying my alone time. And then once my daughter came into town, I pretty much stopped recording, and I picked her up from the airport Thursday morning. We had breakfast, and then we went to Epic Universe, the new Universal Park. And it was hot as hell, but we had a good time, and it was really nice to have that one-on-one time with my daughter. And she's my oldest daughter, and I think I want to kind of do more stuff like that, have that one-on-one time with my kids, you know, now that they're older. You know, my oldest son, we do have this ritual where we kind of every Sunday morning we get up and we go get us coffee. We call it our foo-foo coffee. And you know, we drive and we talk, which is nice. And then my youngest daughter, she's like my mini me. She clings to me. So we're always having conversations and talking, but just getting outside the norm of our home or our surrounding areas, and just having that one-on-one time now that they're older. I want more of that, you know? But yeah, Thursday was fun, hot as hell. Then we went to World Food Truck, which we always hit every time we go to Orlando. Highly recommended. Any kind of food, dessert, it's there. And every place that we've tried, we've, you know, enjoyed. So no bad reviews here. And then Friday morning, my best friend came down from Savannah, her and her daughter, and we went to have breakfast. And then we did a day pass at one of the hotels, the Hilton Orlando, and we did a massage. And then after that, we went and relaxed by the pool. We did the lazy river. We did some swimming in the pool. We ordered some appetizers and some drinks. And we just chilled and we talked and we relaxed. And even that was nice to have that experience with my daughter and then my best friend and her daughter. That was something different and new. But we had a good time, and it was so relaxing, and I'm so glad that my bestie was able to come down and spend some time with me, because being that we live in two different states, yeah, we talk, but it's nice to have that close interaction, and we can see each other and talk to each other face to face. That was nice, so I enjoyed that. And then Saturday was pretty much a chill day. We went to the mall, we did some shopping. My best friend and her daughter got back on the road to head home, and me and my daughter, we went to this banging Indian restaurant. Oh my God, 10 out of 10, the food was so good. But we had dinner, we returned our rental, came back, started packing, and then Sunday we had our flight home back to Virginia. Yeah, but 10 out of 10, highly recommend that you take a solo trip. Even if it's one night, a weekend, whatever. Make time for yourself to be by yourself, and don't be afraid to spend that time by yourself. You know, we play so many roles and are overwhelmed and stressed, and if we don't take time to just stop and reset and rest and take care of ourselves, we won't be any good for our loved ones, you know. And at this age, And since I've turned 40, I am learning more and more how important it is to put yourself first. Because over the years, I've always put everyone else before me, and it led me literally to being burned out. And if I could share a message with women who are younger, who are moms, who are wives, who are caregivers, take care of yourself. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. Take care of yourself. So I know this was a different kind of video, kind of a vlogish style video instead of a Let's Talk About It Wednesday. But I just wanted to share this experience with my subscribers, with my viewers, and encourage you to take your own solo trip and take your own time for yourself. But I will be back next week with another episode of Let's Talk About It Wednesday, and I'm going to continue the discussion about marriage. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss any videos. Comment below. I would love to hear from you and your thoughts, and as always, I appreciate your support.